Now let us quickly study through graph the equations A and B. So, this figure actually shows the plots drawn between M and L beta. It is the plot drawn between M and L beta, eh, or M and beta, whatever you say. And we actually study the two equations. The straight lines that you observe over here, these are the straight lines. These are the straight lines. They actually depict the linear relationship that is given in equation A, which we talked of just now, at different temperatures, whereas the curve that you see over here represents or corresponds to the Langevin curve of equation B. Okay, so the interaction is given. The interaction A of a given temperature line with Langevin curve. So here, this point, the interaction A that we have over here, okay, of the Langevin curve, the intersection that we observe of the Langevin curve at a given temperature, okay, represents the finite spontaneous magnetization at that temperature. Okay, this point. So if the dipose assumes state, say somewhere over here, suppose say it assumes a state somewhere over here, which is, suppose say O, call this state as O. Okay, so if the dipose assumes state O, then the local magnetization, this will correspond to local magnetization, is less than the corresponding equilibrium state A. The magnetization and the Langevin variable beta will increase. This will keep on increasing as you move from O to A, as you move towards the corresponding equilibrium state A. So will increase until the state A is reached. Okay. So on the other hand, suppose say if the dipose assumes state, say here, some state over here, say D. So it is beyond the Langevin curve then. So if the dipose assume the state D, then the local magnetization is more than the equilibrium value. Now the magnetization and the value of beta decreases. It should decrease until the state A is reached. So with increasing temperature, okay, what is it that we observe? The straight line increases in slope. Which straight line is increasing in slope? These straight lines. So why with increase in temperature we are moving this side? Because beta is actually inversely proportional to T, mu m h by kt, isn't it? So with increasing temperature, the straight lines are going on this side. Okay, so with increasing temperature, as the straight lines with increasing slope comes to this side, this brings down the point of intercept. So this point is therefore going down, you see, to 0. And the value of the spontaneous magnetization is also going down. So finally at the Curie temperature Tc, there is no intercept. So if you take the Curie temperature, so which one will you call the Curie temperature? Somewhere very low, you will see there is no intersection of the graph. Okay, so that temperature is called the Curie temperature Tc. There is no intercept and no more spontaneous magnetization. So at Tc, the slope of the line is identical to the slope of the Langevin curve. So slope of the Langevin curve at Tc will be somewhere here. Slope of the line also will be here. So they will be identical. Okay. All right. So then over here, what is it that you can write over here then? In that case, you can write, well, k, from the previous equation, you can write k theta by gamma mu m is equal to n mu m by 3, which actually is equal to saturated magnetization ms, it is actually equal to saturation magnetization ms by 3. Okay, so what can you say about gamma ms? Gamma times ms will be equal to 3k theta by mu m, which is actually this gamma ms. If you recall the equation, it is the internal molecular field or Weiss field. So for iron, this is a very important understanding, a feeling you get, for iron mu m is equal to 2.2 mu b. What is mu b? Bohr's magneton. Okay, which is equal to 9.273 into 10 to the power minus 24 ampere meter square. You will see theta then is equal to 1043 Kelvin. If you calculate gamma ms, you will see this will come to 2117 Tesla. I would like all of you to get this value by proper substitution. Okay, look at the magnetic field, internal magnetic field. It's so high. So the condition for stable magnetization is, therefore, you see what is the condition for stable magnetization, therefore? The condition for stable magnetization, what is it? Actually, it is equal to, it's given by T less than mu m ms gamma by 3k. Okay, so what can we say over here? Well, we can say that here we can say that T is less than theta. Hence, below the Curie point theta, the material is spontaneously magnetized to a degree depending upon temperature. It is spontaneously magnetized to a degree depending upon the temperature. The magnetization approaches saturation value as the temperature approaches 0 Kelvin. Above the Curie point theta, spontaneous magnetization does not occur and ferromagnetic material transforms to paramagnetic material. So for T greater than theta Kelvin, ferromagnetic material transforms to paramagnetic material. Okay, all right.